The scream found us, before the engine slicing through the cricket song. Kevan and I stood on the porch, cigarettes burning like small defiant embers against the encroaching darkness. The highway a distant, indifferent whisper. We were grateful for the lull, living as we did, between exits where the road is a river, always moving, never truly staying. A woman's voice, raw and desperate, tore through the night. "Help me!" The sound carrying on the cool air. I shushed Kevan, though he hadn't spoken. It was a sound no one wanted to hear. Another scream, closer this time, sent a jolt of adrenaline through us. Our house, set back from the road, offered a semblance of privacy, but not enough to truly disappear. We liked the dark, or so we told ourselves. It kept us invisible. Across the road, a neighbor's porch glowed with eerie blue Christmas lights, casting a sickly, artificial light. It was under this ghastly wash that I saw her, a figure flailing in the median, a desperate dance of limbs and shadows. My phone was in my hand before I fully registered what was happening. 911. My thumb shook as I hit the speaker, backing away, throwing my cigarette into the yard. "What's your emergency?" The calm voice on the other end asked, a stark contrast to the chaos unfolding before me. There's a woman en route," I began. And even as I spoke, the scream was in the ditch, then the trees, then at our fence line. "She's screaming for help. She's bleeding." Kevan shoved past me, grabbing his coat. "Don't," I pleaded, grabbing his sleeve. But he was already lacing his boots, his fingers refusing to fumble. Our son's door cracked open, his white face a ghostly oval in the hall. "Bedroom," I commanded, my voice low and mean, a voice I didn't know I possessed. "Take the baby, close the door." The highway, the quiet, all of it tilted. Headlights rose over the hill like a malevolent red star and swelled into a car, a red sedan that screeched to a halt on the shoulder opposite our yard. The driver's window lowered, and I couldn't see his face, only the shape and the sound. "Roaring! You bitch!" he roared, a man's voice shredded by fury. "I'll kill you, you hear me?" Something flew from his window. Clothes, maybe. Dark fabric that fluttered and fell. The woman turned, saw him, and came straight into our yard like a deer shot mid-leap, using us to outrun a bullet. "We have help coming," I told the operator, my voice trembling. "We need it fast." Kevan was already off the porch. "Hey!" he called, his voice now laced with a bracing strength. "Hey, come this way! Are you hurt?" She gasped, and even in the dark I could see the raw scuff on her cheek, a brightness like peeled fruit. He gave me a ride. He wouldn't let me out. He had Tate. I jumped. I just ran. Her breath hitched in her throat, a strangled sound that echoed through the night. "Phone the police," Kevan instructed, though I already had. He was on his phone too, relaying details, the mile marker, the make and color, the blue Christmas lights across the road. We bundled her inside. Her face was a map of what she'd done to save herself. Scrapes and grit, a swelling already working under one eye. She trembled so hard the chain on our door jangled. I shut the knob, the deadbolt, the chain. Click, thunk, slide. The iron door was heavy, bought used, supposedly secure. But our windows were cheap, old glass, bad math. We stood with our backs to the wall, eyes on the window, listening. I could hear my son whispering to the baby down the hall, trying to pretend it was a game. "Officers are en route," the dispatcher said, her voice a lifeline in the darkness. "Stay on the line." Across the road, the red sedan idled, its taillights pulsing like a hard, relentless heartbeat. The blue Christmas lights painted everything a deep bruise. The first bang hit our door like a fistful of metal. The chain jumped. The woman flinched, clamping both hands over her mouth. "I know you're in there." The man roared, his voice amplified by fury. "I saw you run. They can't protect you." My tongue stuck to the roof of my mouth. I forced sound out anyway. "Get off our property!" I shouted, my voice barely a whisper. "The police are coming!" "Go ahead," he said, delighted, almost laughing. "Call them, I don't care. They won't be here in time." Bang, bang, bang! Each one a command. The door barely obeyed. I ran to the kitchen. The knife looked smaller than it should have in my hand. Kevan disappeared to the bedroom and came back with his gun. The woman slid down the wall, whispering, "Please," in a loop that didn't belong to language anymore. It was a short road between our house and the highway, but somehow it held 3 squad cars. The first one rolled into the yard, its lights spinning our living room into red and blue chaos. The second pinned the sedan from the front. The third angled its headlights across the ditch. The banging stopped. The man's shape darted left, then vanished like a trick of the trees. Officers poured into the yard. "Hands! Hands!" the woman cried harder. Kevan lowered the gun. His mouth pinched so tight his cheeks shook. I put the knife in the sink, blade down, like that made any difference. By midnight, their lights were gone. Our porch was dark again, like it had been before we knew better. In the morning, I found footprints round the side of the house where the mud never dries. Not ours. Too long, too deep for a small man. They pointed into the trees. Ever since, I hear things at the edge of the yard. Could be deer, could be wind, could be a branch returning to its shape. I think about the way the woman ran, how sometimes the only way out is not safe, but out. Sometimes the night is so quiet, I can hear the road again, that long, low river. It sounds like it's thinking, and I understand that the place we chose for our home has its own moods. It keeps its own secrets. It listens. It remembers a voice at our door, promising he had time.